Yo, what's happening? What is going on, world? Happy, miserable Monday. It's your boy, the greatest man alive, Crush the Legend, Mr. PSA, Mr. I don't know shit about boxing, the adjuster. What's going on YouTube and what's going on everybody around the world? Shout out to the TWT and shout out to everybody in the boxing community. Well, this one right here, this one, this morning, it's not going to be the best service that you get on coffee and donuts. The coffee will be bittersweet. And the donuts would be just as bitter as the coffee because the reality set in Saturday night with Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. It finally happened. And in these fights, ladies and gentlemen, you can always expect something to happen that you most likely didn't expect to happen or you didn't want to happen. This is the case. And I'm really kind of shocked, not only at the outcome of this fight, but I'm also shocked at how silent the Errol Spence fans are. They're not saying anything. But they had so much to say before Saturday night. Saturday night came, the fight happened, and he was not competitive. And I don't see anyone really openly being honest on Errol Spence. That was picking Errol Spence to win this fight. And one of the biggest fights in past years. Good morning, Tay. Salute to you. I'm keeping it more real than anybody. I did a little video on IG, but I got to talk about this morning, Tay. And this may sound like that I'm not an Errol Spence fan. I am an Errol Spence fan. I'm just a real one. Good morning, because if Errol Spence was victorious Saturday night against Terrence Crawford, you wouldn't be able to stop Errol Spence fans from clowning Terrence Crawford fans and everything. They're quiet and they don't have that energy, but I do, because I'm a fan of the sport first before I'm a fan of these fighters. And Errol Spence did not look good at all. At all. There's not one moment he looked good. Let's keep it real, Ashley. Because Ashley, I'm the only one that's really keeping it real on Errol Spence. So I'm going to give it to y'all just like I gave it to him on IG. I ain't going to waste my time with it. Listen, that was not a competitive fight. He got his ass beat. He didn't even look like the dude that was the owner of 3 belts. He did not look anything like that at all. And everything that Errol Spence and Derek James and everyone was saying that they was going to do to Terrence Crawford, they was not able to back those words up. They was not able to back those words up, and they want to be quiet about it. What's going on? But not me. I'm a fan of the sport. And Errol Spence got his ass beat. And we gonna sit here in silence and just act like and be all passive about it? No, I want y'all to have that same energy if he would have beat Bud. Y'all wouldn't have been on here all calm and cool. Y'all would have been on here roasting the shit out of Terrence Crawford. Yes, y'all would have. Y'all would have been. Everybody ain't keeping it real, Ash. They ain't keeping it real. That dude look bad. He looked like shit. He got his ass beat. It was horrible, Ash. Ain't nobody saying that part. From everybody that I seen that spoke about this fight, let me tell you something. They ain't giving it to you like I did. They not keeping it real at all. Like, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Errol Spence. Oh, I see, Ash, when I mean everybody, that doesn't mean you. You know what I mean? I didn't see yours yet, and now I'm going to watch it when I'm done this. But listen, Ash, this dude, nobody can defend this shit. They can't defend it. This was not a competitive fight. One of the most anticipated fights in years. And we get this fight, and it was a one-sided ass whipping that Errol Spence did not give out. He said he was going to give out a one-sided ass whipping to Terrence Crawford. Well, he received a one-sided ass kicking. And I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible. Where was the competitiveness? They sitting up there roasting Terrence Crawford about his opponents at 147. Well, let me just keep it extra real. Motherfucking Errol Spence was just the average guy Saturday night. Errol Spence said, and everyone that agreed with Errol Spence that talked about Bud's resume, right? So EJ had to eat his words because he said his resume ain't nothing. And just like Terrence Crawford said, well, after I beat Errol Spence, then that'll be another nobody added onto my list. And Errol Spence is a nobody because he sure didn't show up Saturday night. It wasn't, listen, when it comes to the best fight, the best people, it's not supposed to be a one-sided fight. When it comes to the best fighting the best, it's not supposed to be a one-sided victory. That's not the best fighting the best, and that's not the elite fighting the motherfucking elite. So let me set this straight this morning. Let me set this straight this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me set this straight this morning. Good morning, John. How y'all doing, all right? Good, good, good. Let me set this straight for y'all this morning, all right? Morning. Morning. Let me set this straight for y'all this morning. He was not elite. He did not put up an elite performance. Errol Spence was not competitive, people. Everybody that Terrence Crawford faced at 147 was more competitive against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. Let's keep it all the way a goddamn G. We talked about Jeff Horn. Huh? We talk about Jeff Horn. And Jeff Horn ain't nobody, but guess what? Jeff Horn did better in his fight against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. One-legged Jose Benavidez Jr., peg leg. We was talking that shit, right? Peg leg Jose Benavidez was more competitive against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. The soft fucking chin and Amir Glass Chin Khan was more competitive against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. Should I keep going on? Because it's going to get even more ugly. It's going to get more ugly. We say he ain't beat nobody, he ain't fight no real welterweights. Sean Porter was more competitive against, listen, Podcast Porter was more competitive against Errol Spence. Against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. Green Beans was more competitive against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. This is what I'm talking about. And this is what everybody's not trying to talk about. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because we would have had that same energy roasting goddamn Bud. Well, EJ need to get on the grill because he got grilled. He got fried. It was fried salmon being all over the damn place. All them dudes did better against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. I'm not making this up. Y'all seen the same thing in front of y'all face Saturday night. Derrick James couldn't help Errol Spence. Derrick James' reign is over, people. It's over. He looked horrible. This was not a fight between elites. It was not. People ain't saying it, but they ain't saying it, but they ain't saying it. They're not keeping it real. We can get on fucking Devin Haney, roast Devin Haney, or Dev didn't look good. Well, keep it real about Errol Spence, man. I don't know what was going on with him. I ain't making no excuses, but I'm going to tell you something. He definitely wasn't sober. I'm going to say that. He definitely was not sober. There's no way on the biggest fight of your life, the night of the biggest fight of your life, you looking the hell like the way you was looking Saturday night. That man looked like he was out there smoking with Bob Marley's sons and Redman or some goddamn body. You see what I'm saying? It was not a competitive fight. That was not the best fight, the fucking best. It was not. Errol looked like complete shit. You understand what I'm saying? He looked like shit and he got his ass kicked, people. He got his ass kicked. He got his ass whipped, man. Let's talk about it. And they couldn't do nothing for Derrick James. Where was you, man? Derrick James talked, teased, but see, they got to stand on everything that they said because they was talking their shit and they did not back it up. Derrick James got out coached and EJ got the shit beat out of him. So let's talk about it. So he got to eat everything that he said because he just shitted on every opponent that Terrence Crawford fought at 147, and he was including the other weight classes too, right? But guess what? Like I said, going on, bro, they was better against motherfucking Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. I think it's both of their faults, Ash. Is they fault together. It can't be one person's fault and not the other person's fault. It's EJ and Derrick James' fault. The EJ looked like shit. He was not competitive. So Derrick James got our coach and EJ got stomped the fuck out, yo. Yeah, but I see, and I think in this case, Ash, I don't even think it was. See, we can't keep on saying, oh, because they lost because they didn't listen to fucking Derrick James. Errol Spence lost that fight the moment he showed up to that fucking dressing room in the condition that he did. That's the part I'm talking about, and that's the part everybody's not looking at. Listen, I'm going to tell you, nobody thought that this fight was going to turn out the way that it did. Even if you was on the choosing side of Terrence Crawford, we going to keep it real. You didn't know if they picked Terrence Crawford to beat Errol Spence, the round and all that, they didn't think it was going to be that fucking easy. Let's be honest. Come on, man. He couldn't perform in my thing, Ash. Why is that he couldn't perform? Kind of like Wilder. Yeah, but see, I don't want to go there. I don't want to say the man got drugged. I don't want to say that, but I know he got his ass beat. That's what I do know. I don't even want to go on, oh man, he got drugged and all that, you know, kind of trying to find an excuse. I think that man showed up to that damn arena purposely. I don't know what got him like that, but I don't think, listen, you don't get in the ring in that condition on the biggest fight of your career. You don't do that. Who's going to show up on the biggest fight of their career half-ass? Who? The man eyes is burgundy, paint fucking red. He looked dry, drained. He looked gone, bro. Yeah, kind of, but he even looked even gone. It looked a little different. And see, you know, it was a situation with Wilder. We know that. We know that they, you know, they did some extra shit to Wilder. But if I'm going to say, oh, they did that to Errol Spence too, no. Errol talked that shit, and they talked that shit, and I think they just was taking Bud Crawford lightly the whole time. That's what I think, because that was not Errol Spence Saturday night, people. That was not Errol Spence Saturday night, people. That was not Errol Spence. He did look different, Ash. Fuck the fight. Look how EJ looked in that dressing room, Ash. He did look different. Everybody was like, yo, he looked like he is high. He ain't never looked like that. Never looked like that. So my thing, it was a reason why he looked the way he looked before he got his ass beat. See, everybody keep on getting past that part. Because I could just cook on how he was in that dressing room before I could even get to the fight. Because that part is that part ain't the part that really got me. I'm trying to figure out why this man was looking like that. That's all I'm saying. Why was he looking like that in the dressing room? We ain't never seen EJ look like that. Fuck the performance. I didn't get there yet. Forget the performance. I didn't get there yet. Because there's no defending that. There's no defending that. But the point is, people, that man exactly, but he kind of even looked a little worse. You understand what I'm saying, Ash? You know how I look like somebody who was, you know, slightly out of it, a little sedated. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, just because, you know, Wilder probably, you know, I'm not going to get that same case to EJ. I think EJ looked like that off his own default. That's what I'm thinking. But still, I'm not cutting you no slack, man, because this man got his ass beat. What's going on, bro? How you doing? Happy birthday. Thanks, man. He got his ass beat. So you saying Derek overtrained him? I don't think I don't think it's overtrained. I don't know what it is, but he did not look like himself. How the hell you gonna go from? Because you gotta remember, media workout day was just a couple days, people. And the media workouts, he didn't look dry and none of that shit, did he? Yeah, my birthday was Thursday, Ash, the 27th. But yeah, like he looked good. He looked like he made the weight and everything. Totally different. Come fight night. Eyes pinkish red, skin dry, even the color, the tone of his skin was kind of crazy. Oh no, Ash, I've been telling everybody my birthday was Saturday the 27th. That's why I was talking about I get to see this fight. Yeah. I talked about it, Ash. I was fucked up on my birthday too. Everybody knew. Yeah, I was on, but I'm just keeping it a being, Ash, because I'm not saying Terrence Crawford wasn't supposed to win. I'm not saying that it was impossible for Terrence Crawford to win, but there's no way that EJ was not competitive at all. He was not. He got beat, yo. This is probably one of the biggest letdown, embarrassment performance I've seen in years. For whatever reason, he didn't show up. He did not show out. This was a one-man show. It was not no good fight. It was not a good fight. It was not a good fight. That man was not competitive in 1 second of that fight at all. So I'm not gonna make excuses. He got his ass beat and he ain't back up none of the shit that he said. But guess what? Guess who backed up every word that they said? Bud Crawford backed up every word that he said. What happened to Errol Spence? Bud Crawford did everything to Errol Spence that Errol Spence said he was going to do to Terrence Crawford. He might be broken. And y'all talking this rematch shit. Rematch for what? That was a one-sided ass whip. Ain't no damn rematch. Yes. And they can fight 100 times. They can fight in different weight classes. The outcome would be the same, people. The outcome would be the same. EJ can't fuck with that man. They're not on the same level. So is it different levels to being elite? Or, maybe, good morning. Maybe EJ was never really elite. Maybe he was a good A-class fighter that we thought that was elite. Because when he got in there, when the elite fighter, he looked nothing like elite. Good morning, Cassandra. What? They had his number. They had Ash. Let me tell you something, right? Let me tell y'all something, right? And I like to go in areas about these fights that nobody don't go. Now we gotta remember how long this fight been talked about, right? We gotta remember how long this fight been talked about. And Terrence Crawford made Errol Spence, and Errol Spence helped Terrence Crawford, making him look like an ordinary fucking fighter. That don't look like that didn't look like Errol Spence. It didn't. And I want to see how much dog is in it, because there was no dog in Errol Saturday night. There was no dog in Errol Saturday night. What dog? There was no dog in him Saturday night. What can we applaud him on? Applaud him on what? Got his ass beat badly. I'm the big fish. How you gonna catch Moby Dick with a fishing pole? He did something. He caught you, Moby Dick, and he did the thing to you badly. That motherfucker came, jumped in your ocean, drank all the water, took all the water, drank all the water out the ocean, and fried your ass. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta get it the way you get it out, homie. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. So that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, but this dude, I don't know. Ain't no dog in this dude. I don't know, people, but he was not competitive And I'm not making this shit up. Everybody that Terrence Crawford beat at 147 was more competitive against Terrence Crawford than Errol Spence was. Yep. When you're a warrior, it's a natural instinct to get your get back. Getting beaten is part of boxing, and EJ can make the adjustments and avenge his loss. I don't know, Davis. I ain't gonna talk that damn far now. That's one thing about me. I made my mistake by doing that shit Saturday because this man was nothing like the champion that had 3 fucking belts, bro. He was not. So I don't know if he can bounce back. We don't know that. How y'all know if Errol can bounce back? How you know? Because you damn sure didn't know his ass was going to be looking like that in that fucking dressing room, did you? Except for Amir Khan. No, they did better against motherfucking goddamn Terrence Crawford too. They did better against Bud. Everybody did better against Bud than Errol Spence. All them dudes was competitive, bro. Errol Spence was not competitive at all. So you think he was drained? Now I was thinking about that, but guess what? That's his fault. So if he was drained, and I'm not coming at you, but if he was drained, right? Whose fault is that? That's his fault, right? That he was drained. He couldn't do nothing about it. Good morning. How you doing? So, and that's what happened when you stand. That's what happened when you stay in a weight class too damn long. So I'm glad you came up. Being in boxing, I'm glad you said that shit, bro. I'm glad you said that because now my thing is this, right? That means that he stayed in that damn weight class too long, right? That's what that means. He stayed in the weight class too long. I'm glad you said that because now I'm gonna break it down to you. I'm glad you said that because I talked to somebody off video about it yesterday. And here's my thing. Now listen, y'all. Listen closely. What's up, Teach? Ash, everybody, listen closely. Now remember when the talks was going on and off about these two dudes fighting, and we never knew how close it was for the shit getting inked. But remember, when the talks first started going on about that, and EJ was waiting. EJ sat there and kept on waiting on Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna hit y'all this out. Hold on, let me go outside. These dudes killing my ear. So we're gonna talk about this Drake shit, right? Yeah, that's why sometimes you have to move on. You have to move on because he did this to himself. Him and Derrick James did this to themselves because you sat there in a weight class, thought you was gonna be able to pull a bully move off on you, and that shit didn't work, and it worked against you because you wanted something so bad. Sometimes you gotta move on for some shit, and just like with Devin Haney, Errol Spence was already grew out of 147. Let's be honest, he already grew out 147. But he wanted to stay back and get this undisputed. I want to become undisputed. I gotta get this last belt. He wanted this so fucking bad that he was blind by his own ambition. Good morning. He wanted this so bad he was blind by his own ambition. Stayed there in the weight class and it finally caught up with him. Good morning. How y'all doing? All right. It's your birthday. Good. He stayed at that weight class too damn long because he just wanted to get undisputed. He shouldn't have. And peep this. Shout out to Terrence Crawford because it was a strategic move by Terrence Crawford. I'm not taking nothing away from Terrence Crawford's performance, but I am going to say this, people, because I'm not fucking dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. Listen, y'all, check this out. Now, this fight could have easily been made a year ago, right? Why did it take an extra year for this fight to happen? EJ Alpha hasn't fought since Sean, haven't fought since Ugas. No matter if he's going to the gym or working out, you know, hitting the pads, this, that, and the other, your biological clock, nothing is going to trump your biological clock. I want everybody to understand this, so when these type of things take place later on in boxing, y'all can get a clear understanding of it. Your nutritionist cannot trump your biological clock. If your ass is gaining weight, your ass is gaining weight. Like, you think every fat person don't eat healthy? Or you just think, you know, they just big like that because they have bad eating habits? Your nutritionist can't trump your biological clock. And Errol Spence wanted something so bad that it cost him to take an ass whipping that he didn't have to take. It cost him not to be at his very best. So we're going to say drink, because he did look 100% different from all the other times before, you know, before the fight and everything else. And I was like, yo, this fight is taking too long. Remember, months ago, people was like, man, what's up, BC? People would say, man, EJ Mama just give up on Bud. He taking too long. So as he's taking longer, right? What did Bud Crawford say over a year ago? Y'all shouldn't have let me grow into this weight class. Peep what I'm saying. Bud Crawford said, y'all made a mistake by letting me grow into this weight class. Now, Bud actually Bud being a naturally smaller frame guy than EJ, I can understand this. He had to grow into it. You know what I'm saying? EJ already been at that weight class. But how long was he going to be able to stay there? So when it's time to move on to the next weight class, you still sitting there, you sitting. It's just like a couch potato. You gain a whole lot of weight because you're not moving around. It's the same thing with Errol Spence. He stayed at the weight class too fucking long. And that's what the hell he get. Because like I said, man, no nutritionist or anything is going to trump your biological clock. If your ass is gaining weight, you got to put on you better get ready for a bigger size waist. That's just what it is. If you losing weight and you can't stop yourself from losing weight, then you got to put on you got to get a smaller waist. The same thing goes for this dude too. And this bit him on his ass, y'all, because he wanted it so fucking bad. See, he wanted it so bad that he had a blind ambition and he was going against his old grain. Because just like being boxing said, like, I'm gonna say he was drained. But guess who fault is that? That is Derrick James and Errol Spence fucking fault. That's their fault. Because they sat there and stayed in that weight class because they was trying to get undisputed. So here's my thing, right? Now I'm gonna call Derrick James and Errol Spence bluff, because they were saying, oh, we all agreed that it was never about Terrence Crawford. It was just about that last fucking belt. Well, guess what? No, it was about Terrence Crawford. Yes, it was. It was about Terrence Crawford. That's why he stayed there, because it was about Terrence Crawford. That's why he stayed there. Now it was about Terrence Crawford. I think if it was somebody else, like a Amir Khan or somebody else, you know, that had that motherfucking last belt and they was holding up long as, because this was a holdout for really, 2 years? Right? If it was any of those guys, he probably would have moved off. Fucking man, I just go ahead to 154. I ain't become undisputed at 47, but at least I was unified. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? And guess what? That went against him. Look, and Devin Haney would have been in that same situation because he was sitting there at 35 too motherfucking long. See, the only difference between Errol Spence and Devin Haney is the level of opposition. See, Devin Haney was able to pull that shit off on a C-level fucking Cambosis that y'all try to bump up to a B level or A level just because he beat a Teofimo who wasn't on his game. That's it. Why y'all think motherfucker Devin Haney is taking his ass to fucking 140 like Devin Haney was going to take himself to 140 once he realized, okay, I did what I wanted to do at 35 and I took a hell of a risk, but I was able to pull it off. Let me get out of here because I don't want to be on the loose end of that. That's Errol and fucking Derek Gaines' fault. Shouldn't have stayed there that long. You should have just left that shit alone. What's going on, BC? You should have just left that shit alone. But Devin Haney, like, they're talking about, oh, he got to stay down there and fight Tanker Shakur. And we all know if he stayed down there at 35 to fight a Tanker Shakur, he's going to look the same way as Errol motherfucking Spence. When it's time to move on for something, it is time to move on. But Errol Spence wanted this shit so much because I've been saying, man, fuck Terence Crawford. You're holding this shit up too long. I would have just said, fuck it. Just try to become undisputed in the next weight class. Get over it. Hey, Cassandra, I still rock with Spence too, but one thing about me, I'm a put his ass on the grill like everybody else. All right. I like him too, but I'm keeping it real. I am keeping it real. That motherfucker look like shit. He was not competitive. He's not man down in the way he think he man down. No, Bud is man down. Because Bud put that man down. Errol ain't the truth. Bud the fucking truth. We found out the truth Saturday night. Errol Spence is Errol Spence. That's what he is. He ain't no big fish because he just got fried. He ain't no big fish. He ain't none of that shit. Because he wouldn't have got his ass beat the way that he did. I'm not taking nothing away from him, bro. But I'm giving it to him. Oh, no, I ain't taking shit away from him. He look like shit. That's not me taking nothing away from him. That's keeping it real. He look like shit. So I'm being too hard on Errol. Y'all, that's what y'all saying. I'm being too hard on Errol, who fucking let us down, who had us sold that he was going back up every fucking word. He didn't do none of that shit. And he got to get roasted for it. He do. Got to get roasted for it. The fuck y'all mean? He got to get raw. Oh, I ain't going to kill Errol. No, Errol gets killed too. Shit. You know what I mean? He look like shit, so he's supposed to get it. He look like shit, and y'all having sympathy for him. But when anybody else look like shit, get beat like shit, or y'all let them have it. That would have been Tank. Y'all would have been all on Tank ass. Tank, y'all, yeah, and I'm telling the truth. Y'all selective with that shit. Good or bad, and especially if you're a favorite fighter of mine, that's why I'm roasting his ass. That's what you're supposed to do if you're a real fan. You're supposed to keep it real about your favorite fighter. He looked like shit. Not competitive, looked like shit, got stomped out. Looked like shit. Derek James couldn't get that man no answer. This is a sport. You only got one plan. This is
boxing, people. There's no such thing as a plan B and a plan C in boxing. That term get overused. There's no such thing as a plan A or a plan B in boxing. You only get one damn plan. How are you gonna have multiple motherfucking weight plans when you only motherfucking studying for one plan? The plan that you putting together is based off of what you know about the weaknesses and the strengths of your damn opponent, right? Right? So how you gonna prepare for some shit that you don't know that your opponent is going to bring to you? You can't do that. So it's no plan B. After plan A, everything else, you got to figure that shit out on your own. What are you talking about? You don't get no plan B. Oh, this is boxing. Go to plan B. Go to boxing. Go to plan C. Y'all sound stupid. Plan B and plan C. There's only one plan. Plan A is to train for the weaknesses and the strengths that you know about that fucking fighter, right? So you mean to tell me, right? So you mean to tell me B, C, and Davidson, Ashley, and everybody? You mean to tell me, okay, I got my A plan, right? So we get in the fight, and y'all beating me. Y'all jabbing the shit out. Y'all keep hitting me with the same exact shot. You keep hitting me with the same exact shot, right? So I got to figure it out. I'm like, damn, why I keep getting hit with the same shot? You need a plan B to figure that shit out? No, what you gonna do? You should automatically change that shit up. That means, hey, let me start moving my head. You need a plan B to tell you that? No, that's just the audible. Because your first plan was to keep your head on the line, right? That was your first plan because you wasn't moving your head to begin with. So your plan was to keep your head on the line. But when you found out that keeping your head on the line is getting you more hit than anything, then you shouldn't have to wait to the fucking end of the bell to go to your corner and your coach got to tell you, hey man, keep your head off the line. Your coach should not have to fucking tell you that. That's just your natural instincts. What you gonna do if I keep on hitting you with the same left hand and the same part of your damn face? What you gonna do? You gonna automatically switch that shit. Where was Errol Spence defense? He's a good defensive guy. I ain't see that shit. No parrying the punches, none of that shit. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? All this passing shit for EJ. What was like that movie, The Passion of Christ and shit? Y'all want to be all passive, but y'all get mad ugly when it come to keeping it real with everybody else. But y'all don't want to get mad ugly with EJ. Well, I'm getting mad ugly with EJ because he look ugly. That's the ugly truth. The root of it. The root of it that he got his ass beat. Yeah, that ain't a plan B. That's an automatic, motherfucker. You only get one plan. A plan A. The fuck? In the whole time, they sat there, right? Errol Spence sitting there waiting for fucking Bud. Waiting on fucking Bud. Right? And then they finally do this fight. They finally get it. And then Errol Spence looked he just looked totally different come fight night than for media day that fucking fast. Yeah, so shout out to Terence Crawford and them. Get that motherfucker. They didn't cheat him, but shit, I'm going to want some kind of advantage over you. I'm going to want some sort of advantage over you. You understand what I'm saying? So they did that. So yeah, he looked extra stronger. He looked like he was the bigger guy. How can the naturally smaller guy wind up looking like the naturally bigger guy come fight night? Y'all make that make sense? Yeah, but Teach, he ain't do neither one. If you're going to keep your head on the line, then that's where you use your hands for parrying punches. They ain't do none of that shit. He ain't do none of that. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Derrick James and them thought it was sweet. They thought it was sweet, man. They thought it was sweet. All right. Derrick James and them thought that shit was sweet. That's what that was. All right, they thought that shit was sweet. They thought it was sweet. And Bud and them, the whole time, they've been watching EJ. That's why it's called the ugly truth, man. They knew they was gonna go and talk this shit. So now when Fight Night come, everybody was like, oh man, see, EJ is overrated. Look, he's overrated. Look, he overrated, man. He ain't like that. I told you he's overrated. Oh, he was only able to do that because of the other opponents that he fought. No, I'm not gonna say that. You can't say that because Terence Crawford didn't fight Ugas, a guy he probably would have beat that he declined to fight. So you can't go off of that. What? So is he elite or is he an A fighter? Or is Terence Crawford that goddamn good? Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the basics, because basic and effective. You can be very basic and highly effective. God damn, so. Oh man, hold on, y'all. Yeah, that thing, boy. And my headphones ain't even canceling the fucking noise. Not even. I can still hear it fresh. But this is horrible. Oh my God. Good morning. Hola. Good morning. What's going on? Salute. Yeah. So. Come on, people. Oh man, I got respect for EJ. Respect for what? Y'all gonna respect the motherfucker that look like shit on fight night, on the biggest fight of his night? The biggest fight of his career, and I got respect for him, and he looked like shit. You're gonna have respect. Hold up, I'm talking to these cats, but you can answer too. You're gonna have respect for a dude that showed that was not competitive. Man, get the fuck on up out of here. Y'all better get up on out of here with that. Every last one of y'all tripping. And I'm gonna roast y'all every goddamn day. Y'all feel no, the boy wasn't competitive at all. What y'all forgot? Everybody that Bud Crawford beat at 147 was more competitive against him than Errol Spence. But Errol Spence is better than everybody else that Crawford fought at 47. You make that make sense. All of them did. I'm not saying nothing wrong. They all was more competitive. They all got some shots off on him. They all was better than him. String bean, green beans, every last one of them, one leg hopping ass. They every last one of them. That is facts. So when Errol and Derrick James, they was going at him about his resume. Remember about his resume that he ain't no better than them. He's the same as them. Yes, he is. He's an overachieved nobody. That's what Errol Spence is. He's an overachieved nobody because he said that Terence Crawford fought a bunch of nobodies. So he beat his ass just like everybody else, and actually beat his ass worse than he beat the nobodies. So that makes Errol Spence a nobody. What y'all talking about? I don't sugarcoat nothing. That's the difference between me and a lot of others. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't do that nut hugging and all that. That wasn't no 50-50 fight. That was a 90-10 fight.
I ain't seen the fight from the highlights.
No, I know.
You go to a weight cut.
But see, this is what happens when you stay in the weight class too long. Sometimes you got to move on and try to make that accomplish in another weight class. Yeah, BC is BC. BC, bro, listen. I'm happy for that man. You know, I like Bud too. He's one of my favorites. But I was just favorite EJ. Oh, that's the baddest man on the fucking planet. God damn it. What they talking about? No, and everybody trying to take it easy. I ain't taking it easy on no damn EJ. And definitely, I feel some type of way. I'm paying out money because of this dude. Even if I wasn't paying out money, I'm still gonna be on his ass. Yeah, all that. He was supposed to walk him down and all that. Listen, and I'm gonna keep on saying this shit. See? Let these fighters keep listening to you crazy ass fans. Let these fighters keep on continue to listen to you crazy ass fans, and this is gonna happen. The man lined himself with ambition. He should have just took that dream and say, hey, I'm gonna try to get it at a higher weight class. Cause I'm telling you, that shit was about to happen to Devin Haney too. See, the only difference that Devin Haney didn't face a level type of fighter that EJ fought. See, Devin Haney had Cambosis. Devin Haney had Cambosis, so he was able to weight drain and pull off a weight like Cambosis. You know what I'm saying? What Big Dog say? Oh, I gotta read what Big Dog. Exactly, Big Dog. And that's what I'm saying. Cause I kind of did that to myself. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, it is what it is. So come on, man. Like Bud did his thing. He is now two-time undisputed champion in men boxing. I'm happy we finally got that. So no matter his win was going to be a little more bigger than Errol's. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to move on. You got to move on. That's Errol's fault. You knew you was too big for that fucking weight class. You should have just went on and tried to get it at 54. But I bet y'all one thing. I bet you that was a learning lesson for all these other fighters who's planning on staying in the weight class too long when it's time for them to get up out of there. Because that could have easily been Devin Haney if it was somebody else, you know, besides Cambosis that he had to try to get those belts from. Call it what you want. You BC, I'm keeping it real, bro. He got his ass beat. Y'all can go check out my IG video too, because I did one over there first. Shit, y'all know how I get down. I'm keeping it real. That man got stomped the fuck out. It's definitely a learning lesson. Should be a learning lesson for boxing fans too. That man looked like shit. Yeah, you say EJ filled out well. Yep. And see, and that's my thing, Big Dog. And that's my thing. You know, these boxers better start letting us fans get them routed up so much. The fighters are starting to listen to us or pay attention to us a little too much. Because we out here getting these dudes damn near killed. But I had to come on here, man, and give the root of the truth. And the thing is, people, you can't change what happened Saturday night. Errol Spence fans, he don't deserve no fucking rematch.
You don't deserve no rematch at all. The fight was not competitive enough for a rematch. Nobody wants to see that shit, and the cells is not going to be any better than the cells of this fight. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Errol Spence stop dropped, and we gonna know how far down his stop drop whenever he comes out and fights some damn fight. His stop dropped. His stop dropped. That reign is over. That reign is over, and the whole entire Derrick James reign may be over. That chapter has came to an end. It has come to its end. And that's what it is. Ain't no more man down. He's not man down. He got man down. Stop it. He got man down. So he's not Mr. Man down. He's just Errol Spence Jr. Strap season, he ain't got no straps. He got the shit beat out of him. He looked bad. And Bud took those 3 belts. No, I'm not buying a second fight because it's not going to be that interesting, bro. This is one thing when it comes to rematches. If it's not worth the rematch, I'm not buying it. Bud said he don't have a problem with doing it because for one, he's a warrior, and for two, you know, Spence gave him an opportunity. But the puppet master, shout out to the puppet master, man. The puppet master, I finally got the full understanding of why he called himself the puppet master. Because the whole time he been playing some shit, had us thinking this, that, this, that, and that about Errol. It was pretty, yeah, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all think what y'all want. But when the time comes, I'm going to get him. And that's what he did. See, they've been studying fucking EJ. See, Derrick James and them do it, that Bud and them was out there lacking. No, the whole time they was studying him. That's why he's so basic. Basic, but was not effective in that fight Saturday night. Basic and fundamental, but he was not fundamentally sound. He was not football educated, none of that shit. His whole toolbox, everything about him got neutralized. When did you ever see everything in a fighter like his total tool set gets neutralized? Nothing good that Errol Spence is good at worked. Everything got neutralized. His defense, his pressure, his counter punching. The ball got neutralized badly. And he got neutralized with ease. It shouldn't have been that easy. It shouldn't have been that easy. It shouldn't have been that easy. Fight at that magnitude and the level these two guys at, it shouldn't have been that motherfucking easy. Just do what's going on, bro. You know what I'm doing. I'm up here giving it to fucking EJ. Motherfuckers want to be all passive about it. That man got grilled. He looked like complete shit. Exactly. It's the ugly fucking truth, yo. The ugly truth. What they say, the truth should set you free or the truth hurts. What? Damn it, let the truth be painful as a motherfucker. I cannot and I will not represent. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. What did I say months ago? Most likely our favorite fighter, one of our favorite fighters, is not only going to lose, they're going to get their ass kicked And that man got his ass kicked, people. I don't give a fuck what he do. I don't think he gonna bounce back, bro. I don't think he gonna bounce back. And at this stage of career, I don't think he can bounce back the way y'all say he gonna bounce back. How? Oh yeah, BC, you have. You know what I'm saying? But I was waiting to hear the proper breakdown from certain folks about Errol Spence, and they ain't giving that shit up. It's over for him. He gets no more money fights. His money train just stopped. Yeah, and that's true, Teach. Mel is the only one there. I listen, Cassandra, I hear you, baby. But let me tell you something. And everybody that agree with Cassandra, I'm with that. But with Errol Spence, no, I got to look at this man a little different. I have to. He don't give me any assurance of that at all. This is the first time we see him face adversity inside the ring. We can't automatically think he's going to bounce back in a ring like that because he bounced back from a car accident. That's two different survivors. Don't try to put those together. I'm going to say that again. You can't use because he survived, he survived death. They two different things. And I don't mean automatically because he survived death, he's going to be able to come back from that ass whipping. It's two different things. So I'm saying far as boxing, and none of us, he has not gave any of us a clue that he's going to bounce back like that. So let's just say you hope he's going to bounce back. You can't say he's going to bounce back like that because you didn't know he's going to look the way he looked before he got in that ring Saturday, did you? Because I guarantee you, if all of us that picked Errol Spence to win, if we would have seen that he was going to be looking the way he looked in that dressing room, you would have changed your damn minds immediately. I know I would have. I know I would have. So let's be all the way honest. Yeah, I'm going listen, bro. Yeah, hey Rat, what's up, RZA? And RZA, you said it, bro. You said it, and guess what? The resumes didn't matter. With some fighters, the resumes ain't gonna be the tell and tell. They just gotta get in the fucking ring. Rap, I know you seen my IG video, cause I'm going down and saying ain't nobody keep it realer than me about Errol Spence after this fight than me. I'm gonna go check Ashley's video out, cause Ash keep it real. I don't know, she got ugly on him. I don't know, she spared him a little bit, but as you can see, I'm real. I ain't sparing none of these dudes. I ain't sparing none of these dudes. He don't get spared. How do you defend a dude who showed up fight night looking very uncompetitive? All right, it's on IG, bro. How the hell can you defend a guy that look uncompetitive? Really? Y'all don't skip up on out here with that bull-ish, man. How? There's no fucking way. He looked like trash. And he got trash. And y'all want to be nice. And y'all really think he's going to come back. You don't know.
EJ changed fighters. They never the same, but EJ may not be the same either because none of these guys is the same at the Bud Crawford either. So EJ may not be the same. But listen, y'all, I wanted to come on here and give y'all the fucking ugly truth since everybody want to be all silent on here and not grill EJ like he's supposed to get grilled. I'm chopping his ass up and making me a fish. I'm having me a fish hoagie today. I already smoked all the EJ I did. I smoked on my EJ pack. It's still a little bit left with the big fish. So I'm going to stir fry his ass and I'm going to eat him. I might as well. No, that ain't mean. That's Big Dog Willie. That's you still taking it a little too light on that ass. That dude got his ass beat badly, sadly. He did not look nothing like a champion. That's on him. If that weight drain kicked in, that's the fuck on him. He shouldn't have waited that long. He should have moved the fuck on. That's on him. That's what you get. You shouldn't have stayed there that long. You should have just moved up to 54 and tried to get undisputed. I'm not having no sympathy for fucking EJ. And I still like him. But he got bumped on the fucking list. Yes, he did. He got bumped a few spots. Couple guys on my list that I had over EJ. He's under them dudes now. And he's going to remain there until I see something different. He's still one of my favorites, but he ain't the best favorite. And he can't be the favorite. I can't say you my favorite fighter and you showing up the fucking fight night like that. No. Weight drained my ass, still rumble, bitch. He was uncompetitive. What? And did not do anything better than the other guys against Crawford for that 47. Nah. So if y'all listen, as long as this fight, the talk of this fight keep on brewing, if I'm going to speak on this fight anywhere else, no matter if it's on the grid or off the grid, I'm going to keep it real. And yes, I'm fucking mad because I wanted to see a fucking fight and I didn't. One man showed up and gave a hell of a performance. That was a one-man show. That was not a two-man show. I didn't get that. In old time, Derrick James, they lining your ass up. They been had you. They been had y'all. And that's and because of the lack of it made it easier. It shouldn't have been that fucking easy. But look, man, it's your boy, the greatest man alive, Crush the Legend, Mr. PSA, the Adjuster. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this reel this morning. Y'all ain't gonna hear a realer video than this. Because like I said before I go, I'm a fan of the sport first, before I'm a fan of these fighters. Thank you, Cassandra. That's how I get down. So with that being said, smash the like button or the dislike button, meaning you agree or disagree. It all does the same thing. But one thing you gonna understand, that these somebody that talked about this damn fight kept it real. Because ain't nobody really keeping it real. Errol Spence looked like trash. He got trash. He looked like he was high as shit and got shitted on. Yeah, all that. Oh, we Jamaicans over here, we smoke bud. You shouldn't have been smoking that bud before that fight, nigga, because you was doing something. I ain't blaming it on the weight drain. Get out of here. He was smoking that bud too. Shit. You not like me, Earl. You can't smoke bud and go ride a bike 25 miles and nah, I'm the only one that can do that. See, I'm a stoner. You're a boxer, bro.
See, I can do that. See, you ain't built like that, Errol. I ain't built like you, and you ain't built like me, Errol. See, I can do that type of shit under the influence and still go do my thing and don't be anything lack of what I was. It was horrible by Errol Spence, ladies and gentlemen. It was a nightmare on Elm Street, and Freddy Krueger wasn't even in that ring. It was very horrible. It was very horrible. I'm roasting this motherfucker on the way out because that's what I do. It was horrible. It was one of the most distasteful, one of the most lackluster fucking big fights that I've seen in my entire damn life. It was that. It was not competitive. We didn't see Troop. We didn't see Man Down. We didn't see the body snatcher. We see his body get snatched, his soul get snatched, and everything else. This man and his trainer did not do anything that they said they were going to do. Nothing. And stop trying to motherfucking blame, blame the fighters. Oh man, the reason why they lost, they ain't listening to Derrick James. Well, that's true too, but Derrick James couldn't give that motherfucker anything to help him. Because just like Bo Mack said, man, he's basic. He's basic. The Derrick James era might just be over just as well as Errol Spence. His reign is over. His reign is over. His reign is over. And Errol Spence would never be an undisputed champion. So with that being said, it's Crested Legend. Mr. PSA from the almighty TWT. The Adjuster, the greatest man alive. I'm real, baby. I'm real. I'm real just like my hair. Good morning. How you doing? How was your vacation? Pretty good. Good. Yeah. Mine's got a little sour at the end. I lost a lot of money on this fight over the weekend. Lost a lot of money, Mark.
Picked the wrong guy, huh?
Yeah, I picked the wrong guy. It was horrible. Win some and lose some. I'll get them back on the next one.
Come see me before you leave.
Yep, sure. So people, there it is. So for all you Errol Spence fans out there, y'all can go ahead with that Van Nice shit and save it for grace. No, give it to him. Because if EJ would have won, y'all would have been roasting the shit out of Terrence Crawford. So do your jobs, people. Do your jobs. Do your jobs. Be real about your fighter. I'm real about every last one of them. And that man got molly pop, yo. He got shitted on. Well, I said, oh, no, I ain't gonna do Errol like that. No, Errol did himself like that. Oh, should I say Terrence Crawford did him like that? I'm only calling what I seen. Man didn't look like a champ in that dressing room. So if he didn't look like a champ in the dressing room, what makes you think he's gonna look like a champ in that bell ring? Is it conspiracy? Nah, conspiracy people? I don't know. All right, nope. There it is. So get over y'all feelings, because I'm going to, as long as this thing is still alive, I'm going to be giving y'all the ugly root of the truth with Errol Spence. So with that being said, I am the fuck up on out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all morning. I'm sorry that this morning coffee and donuts for grown-ups was bitter. I told you was getting coffee with no sort of sweetness in it. And I gave you a plain donut. You know the plain donut that you got to drink like 3 different liquids with that joint? Milk, juice, and water to wash that joint down. But guess what? This is what I served y'all this morning. Because it had to come out like that. Y'all thought y'all was going to come in and get them old Lord night. Y'all know how I get y'all coffee and shit. I make it like I love you or something. Y'all ain't get that this morning. Yo, EJ got part, spark, and starch, and that's what it is. I'm out of here, man. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. That dude got starch, spark, and everything else. And Terrence Crawford is the baddest man in boxing, bro. Sorry about that. EJ ain't coming back, and he's not coming back, people. Sorry. Smash the like button or the dislike button on your way out. Peace. I had to give to all so much money on this fight, bro.
No. Horrible. Horrible, bro. And I still got, I paid about 90% of my bets. I got about 3 more to pay. They the smaller joints, like the little $30 joints, but them 150s, them $200 joints, they killed me, man. They killed me, dog. They killed me. They killed me, man. Bad. They killed me bad. And please give me something, at least let me losing my money be worth it, bro. It wasn't worth it, bro. It wasn't worth it. Was not worth it. This dude was nothing, man.